Shalom, family. Good to see you all. Hope you're doing well. We're going to talk about an incident that took place in Wisconsin, where a Somalian couple went into a Cinnabon and this ex-employee called them the N-word. And you know what? Things always happen for a reason. Because, see, the Somalians came here and thought they were something different, and they're not black, and they're Muslims, and they're Islamic, and they're different, and they're something other. And maybe in Somalia, those things make a difference. But here in the Western world, everything that counts is your race. And when people look at you and see that melanin, that's what they're going to go by when they see you, when they address you, and how you get treated in this country is going to be based on that content of your melanin. And that's how it is in the Western world. And see, this had to happen, y'all, because these folks seriously do live in a bubble. They do. So she unleashed a barrage of N words on their butts up in that Cinnabon, and they could hardly believe it and called them, and they were like, "We are not that." To her, let me tell you something. To her, you are. To her, you are. And you know what the funny part is? On many videos, I have heard Somalians defend many white people. In fact, their preference were white people over us. They did. That was their preference. Oh yeah, white people. Really? Mm. You know, all of you foreigners, Africans, Latinos, all of you foreigners all favor white. You know, that's how I know you're all Gentiles because you all gravitate towards a Gentile, which is that white man. You know, if you were a real true chosen person, that would never, ever be the first choice of a person you would gravitate towards when you come over here in another country. But being that that is always your preferred choice, that's how I know y'all are not chosen people because you are always gravitating towards the house of Esau first, above all else. And there's no way you are chosen, and that is the first person of choice you always want to be around. There's no way. That right there gives it away. That gives it away right there about you, you know? So anyway, when they turn on you, y'all can hardly believe it. Just like y'all are still in a state of shock about Donald Trump. Donald Trump has had it out there for the world to see about his racism for years. That's why I can't believe how some of our people be talking up Donald Trump on these videos. Just like when Donald Trump got elected, and there were many people preferring Donald Trump over Kamala. And they went all on their videos and they were practically cheerleading on their channels for Donald Trump. And here's the funny part, y'all. If you confront them or accuse them of doing it, I notice a pattern with all of these people that were on their channels, and you know who you are. All of these people that were on their channel cheering on Donald Trump over Kamala, if you go in their comment section, every last one of them will deny it. I wasn't doing that. I didn't do that. No, I didn't. I wasn't doing that. You notice that, y'all? There were several channels I saw do that. There were several channels I saw do that. And if you go to each one of those channels and say you were cheering on Donald Trump, they'll all deny it. Every last one. I have never seen one of them say, "Yeah, I was doing that." Nope, they will all sit there and tell you they were not cheering for Donald Trump, and they absolutely were. Go figure, right? Go figure. Me, I didn't cheer up Kamala. I did not cheer for Trump because I told you from day one, I do not like politicians. I do not like politicians. And if Kamala was in office, trust me, I'd be on this channel dragging her ass. I would. I wouldn't have no problem dragging her. Just like I didn't have no problem dragging Biden. I dragged Biden the whole time he was in office. And I'm going to be dragging Donald Trump the whole time he's in office because I don't prefer none of them. None of them are my preference. None of them. So, anyway, Somalians, just let this be a lesson. You are not above facing racism in America. Just like it happens to others, it will definitely happen to you. You are not above it. Your children are not above it. Even your parents are not above it. It will happen. And one thing I can honestly say, immigrants are the most unprepared for racism. Let me say that again. Immigrants are the most unprepared for racism. And I notice all of you say the same thing. All you got to do is work hard. Don't cause any problems. Be quiet. That stuff don't work. That stuff don't work. If anything, they're going to trample on you even more because they're going to see in you that you won't fight back. That's what they're going to see. They're going to see a sucker. Oh, I'm going to work hard. I'm not going to cause any problem. I'm going to be quiet. Yeah, what they're going to see is a sucker. That's what they're going to see, a sucker. And what they're going to do is trample. They're going to double down on trampling on you. Y'all say that mess. Latinos say that mess. Africans say that mess. Asians say that mess. All of y'all, when you come in this land, East Indians, all of y'all come here with that mindset. Oh, I'm going to work hard. I'm going to work hard. I'm not going to cause any problem. I'm going to be quiet. And then look at you now. Just what, a week or two ago, the East Indians were crying all over the place. And we already seen the Latinos, shoot, they getting the black treatment up in here now. And now look at the Somalis. They're going door to door after y'all asses. They're going door to door. That's what they're doing. Wait until they start body slamming your women, because they're doing that to the Latino women. They're body slamming them women. Wait until they start body slamming the Somali women. Wait until they do that to your women, because that's coming. That's coming. They gonna body slam them Somalian women. You watch and see. You think that worked? That never worked. You think back in the 60s and 70s, our people didn't go to work and do those things? They still got messed with on these jobs. They still did. That you think they didn't go to work and try to mind their business and try to just cooperate and do what they had to do? They still got messed with on jobs. Our people to this very day can go to work their ass off, and somebody will still come along and put a noose up. So if you think working hard and keeping your mouth shut and not causing any problem is going to keep you safe, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. Y'all got the wrong mindset. That's what's wrong. That's why you're being kicked around to this very day. That's why they're snatching you up. They don't care what you say. Some of y'all be whining and crying, and the more you cry, the more rough that ICE agent is with you. They don't even feel nothing when you're standing there crying up in their face. You got it all wrong. And all that tells me is y'all were so focused on coming in this country to dislike us You did not prepare yourself at all for the racism that you were going to be dealing with. None of you groups did it. Not the Asians, not the East Indians, the Africans, and the Latinos, and anybody else in between. Y'all did not prepare yourself for the racism, but you did make sure you prepared yourself for being ignorant and rude and disrespectful to us. You prepared yourself very well for that. But racism from white people in this general government, because this it's the government being racist to you with these deportations. You're getting it directly from the US government. That's what you're getting. And none of you came in here prepared to deal with that racism. The only thing you prepared yourself for was being racist towards us. You reap what you sow. That's why everybody keeps saying FAFO to you now. And now they're saying it to you Somalians. FAFO. Now what I mean? So y'all, let me go ahead and share my screen so we can get, oh, before we do that, I just want to do a reminder, a real quick reminder. The sale is still on over at Etsy. You can still get your 30% off on all products that are available. I am working on, I probably will be listing the butter tomorrow and hopefully the botano oil as well. The only thing that I won't be able to do, and I don't know what's going on, my edge growth butter, it's ready, but for some reason, y'all, they're not delivering my jars. So I may have to look for alternative jars until I don't know what the holdup is. I see my jars in the tracking, but they're just sitting there. My jars are literally in New Jersey, but it has not been delivered to my house. My jars have been sitting in New Jersey since the 4th. And you see what today is, right? Today is the 11th. And my jars have been sitting in New Jersey at the US Postal Warehouse since the 4th. And they have not delivered any of my jars that I use for my edge growth cream. I mean, my edge growth butter. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's not being delivered. So as soon as I get that, if I don't get it by next week, I'll look for an alternative jar. If I can find an alternative that I can get right away, I'll just use that. I don't know what else to do. But the sale is on until December 24th. So take advantage and get everything at the discount while it's available. It's very frustrating. That's for sure. So, y'all, let's get to these videos. All right. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Sexualizing your body makes you a better person.
Are you recording?
I'm gonna record you. Yes.
You want me to throw water on you? I am racist.
Idiot, for
And
real.
you are
You are an idiot. No,
I
I'm
am
not.
racist. And I'll say that to the whole entire world. Don't be disrespectful.
You ruined your life, by the way.
Oh, you talk about respect? You talking about respect? You are fired from this place, mother. You're not gonna be working here.
Suck it.
Suck what? Look how you
Suck
fucking look
it.
like.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you, you ugly bitch? Get the out of
Ugly?
my face.
Talking about ugliness?
Did I stutter?
You
Face
we
for
not? No,
what?
we're not. No, we're not.
Because you know damn well you're a
Respect.
evil
Respect. Keep squeezing that caramel. Get the out of here.
you. That was meant for you. And I'll say that to the whole entire world. Don't be disrespectful.
You ruined your life, by the way.
An employee was fired after a heated argument with a Somali couple over not wearing a headscarf. But the truth is not so simple. Crystal claims that before the video was recorded, the Somali couple harassed and provoked her for not wearing a headscarf, which is why she began recording her response. Despite the heated preamble to the incident, the company swiftly terminated Crystal's employment. One should apologize to the fired girl. She shouldn't have been forced to wear a headscarf due to another country's religious customs. She was simply doing her job, yet became the victim. After a Somali couple entered the store, they first questioned her for not wearing a headscarf. Then their words quickly escalated into persistent harassment and insults, aiming to provoke the young girl at work. After a prolonged standoff, Crystal Wesley's finally broke down emotionally, a scene captured on video by the couple. Many viewers unaware of the full context directed their anger toward the distraught Crystal Wesley's. Yet the conflict originated from the couple's provocation targeting Crystal.
Where's the rest of the video? Where's the rest of the story? Show the beginning of the video. But newsflash, there's no other part to the video. Now, she does have a give, send, go, which, by the way, wait till you see how much they've raised for her. So they've raised over 100K. And on here is where she talks about how this couple came at her, was harassing her first. Again, there's no proof of that. There's only...
All right, let me get into this because there's a lot of moving parts. This video went viral last week. The people who were associated and recorded this video, I spoke to the family. They gave me the details of what about a serial criminal Cinnabon worker is how they referred to her, being Crystal Therese Wisely. And as this states, in this case, she was booked for endangering children. I do want to say this, though. That situation seems like she was stopped and she had weed and weed paraphernalia on her in a car that had kids in it. And that was the endangerment. But she also has several disorderly conduct things, which is not necessarily surprising. The woman in the playground, that fundraiser was set up by her for her. In Crystal's case, the campaign was created by one Tom Hennessy. Who is Tom Hennessy, you may ask? Yeah, this is Tom, the independent journalist who sells soap. One who set up that campaign, claiming I found her, but I've seen nothing that ties them together. I've seen nothing where she was like, hey, thanks, Tom, for raising money for me, or that he's even been in contact with her, other than reposting videos she had already made on TikTok. Funny enough, there are some pretty decent arguments out there for Tom Hennessy being a dude named Avi Rachlin. The white supremacist name, Avi Rachlin? Until around May 2025, Avi Rachlin's personal X account, Averston Bone, explicitly listed Tom Hennessy 69 as one of his managed accounts, and Tom Hennessy's bio reciprocated by crediting Avi as a senior contributor. They also often made posts within minutes of each other of the same thing. And while this was since removed, oh, look, there's the old screenshots showing that they were connected. And this Avi person seems to be tied to several campaigns raising money, like this one, where there was a video where I guess he did a racist rant in an Uber and lost the job and then was raising money to replace my lost income. See right there, Avi Rachlin. And that campaign, wouldn't you know, was promoted by Tom Hennessy and Averston Bone, which claims to be. But I do like the idea of a bunch of white supremacist chuds anonymously donating money to a woman to support racism. Like that makes them some sort of great, I don't know, white savior, maybe, that they're out here going like, yeah, here's $50, girl. You tell those people racial slurs. We like that. That's fucking weird of you guys. It makes me laugh, though, if you're just literally being ripped off by a con artist.
You racist.
You racist.
Racist? That's I am racist.
So idiot for
And
real.
you are an
You are an idiot. No,
I
I'm
am
not.
racist, and I'll say that to the whole entire world. Don't be disrespectful.
You ruined your life, by the way.
Oh, talking about
Bye.
you talking about respect? You talking about respect? You are fired from this place, motherfucker. You're not gonna be working here.
Suck it.
Suck what? Look how you look
it.
like.
What's wrong with you?
What the is wrong with you, you ugly bitch? Get the
Ugly?
This is the shocking viral video that got a Cinnabon employee in Wisconsin fired. In the disturbing clip that is spread across social media, an angry white employee hurls racist slurs and makes vulgar gestures at a Somali couple as they filmed her. The woman behind the counter was identified as 43-year-old mom Crystal Walsey from Oneida, Wisconsin. The clip was posted by one of the customer's cousins, Sabrina Osman, aka Skylight7373, on TikTok. According to her, the dispute broke out after the customer asked the employee to add more caramel to her pecan cinnamon roll. The ugly incident went down at Bay Park Square Mall in Ashwaubenon, Wisconsin, near Green Bay on Friday, December 5th. Amid the Cinnabon uproar, an online fundraiser supporting the fired employee titled Stand with Crystal has raked in $100,000.
Bro, what?
Cinnabon shared this statement on X. We've seen the disturbing video from the Cinnabon bakery in Ashwaubenon, Wisconsin, and we do not condone this behavior. The former employee was immediately terminated by the franchise owner. Their actions do not reflect our values or the welcoming experience.
New information has come to light about the woman fired from Cinnabon after a video of her making racist remarks went viral. Her name is Crystal Wisely, and she hails from Wisconsin. However, she has a criminal record that raises some eyebrows. In 2022, Crystal was arrested on 3 counts of child endangerment in Erie County, Ohio, although those charges were later dismissed. She also faced a DUI during that same month, which was also dismissed, along with charges for disorderly conduct and drug possession. Interestingly, people are labeling Crystal as MAGA, but a Facebook post from 2024 contradicts that narrative. In the post, there's a Biden-Harris sign in her yard, along with a sign urging voters to support women's choice and vote Democrat. To add to the mix, Crystal has a TikTok account under the username GeniusRain1, where she shares videos from her time at Cinnabon and other clips that seem to be filmed in the mall where she worked. After the viral video led to her termination from Cinnabon, a GoFundMe account was set up for her by someone named Tom Hennessy, raising over $80,000. The campaign alleges that 2 Somali customers made her shift unbearable through intimidation. On social media, some people are defending her, claiming that her story is valid. There are even theories floating around suggesting that Crystal may actually be friends with the Muslim couple and that this whole thing was staged to cash in. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
Did y'all see the Wisconsin Cinnabon employee worker that said she's proud to be racist? That bitch. Man, and to the cameraman and the man that's holding the fucking camera and talking and recording and in a conversation with her, I want to give you a pat on the motherfucking shoulder because I would have been dragged that bitch across that fucking counter every fucking, I would have cleared the fucking set. I'm telling you the fucking truth. Me and her would have been sitting in that bitch. Me and her would have been sitting in the pen, okay? Me and her, okay? Because I'm gonna paint her shit. When I'm done with motherfucking her, ooh. To the man behind that camera, you strong. Your patience has to be at 100% because, hey, what? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, when I'm done with her, she would have never, ever even think she wouldn't even, she would have to give her life to Jesus when I'm done with her. Okay, that's all I gotta say.
Being the most deplorable person you can be, the most despicable person you could be, hurling racist things at people, and you will get paid for it. That's the new lick. That's how you rob a bank without a gun. You just go out and be the most racist person you can be, and you know there's going to be some people that'll pay you for it.
That racist white lady who called the Somali couple the N-word at the Cinnabon has raised over $59,000. That's insane. And most of the people are anonymous givers, which I think is hilarious. That's like being like, hell yeah, brother, white power, but only on the weekends because, you know, I got me a new office job and they don't really take kindly to my views. But otherwise, we're with you, sister.
Breaking news, a Cinnabon worker in Wisconsin went viral after she was fired for literally using racial slurs toward a Somali couple that entered their store for no apparent reason. She just started going off on the couple, used the N-word towards them. Now it sparked major backlash. Cinnabon did reach out. They did make a statement and have fired the employee, citing that she does not reflect their values. And also, since all that has happened, according to Midas Touch, MAGA has now started a fundraiser for Crystal Wilsey from Wisconsin, the Cinnabon worker who was fired for using those racial slurs towards that Somali couple. Now that fundraiser has made over $100,000, to be exact, $102,764 that was raised for her. This is absolutely insane. Several donors invoked Trump explicitly to justify the hostility. praising the former president for labeling Somalis garbage and calling for mass deportations. They can't even walk into a Cinnabon store without facing discrimination because the president of the United States invoked violence against them, calling them garbage. The comment section is also filled with overly racist language and white nationalist themes throughout. This is scary. Donors also were describing Somalis as not human, called for kicking ends out, like using the N word. They wanted to kick all ends out. Why? Because they wanted to ignite the American Golden Age, a reference to the N word while utilizing Trump's rhetoric. A lot of other comments were saying we take care of our own and we're done watching our people get burned. That's what MAGA says. So now they have created a fundraiser for her and will give her over $100,000. So just to put it simply, your racism is being rewarded by MAGA.
A now former worker at a Wisconsin Cinnabon is leaning into the racist video that got her canned. She's hoping to turn her bigotry into influencer fame. So Karen, sorry, excuse me, her name's Crystal. Crystal Wilesley was caught on camera calling a Somali couple the N-word after they had the audacity to ask for more caramel on their pecan bun. The Cinnabon franchise quickly fired her because hurling slurs and admitting to being racist, which she also did, isn't a good look. So now Wilesley, who's out of a job, is looking for a new way to make a buck, asking on the social media site this week, quote, "How many views do you have to have before you get paid by TikTok?" Classy. In another video, she does a fake unboxing of McDonald's new Grinch meal, which I'm told is awesome, by the way, adding the caption, "Because you made me famous on the racial card." So who is this little ray of sunshine? Well, St. Crystal has a trail of legal carnage behind her with over a dozen charges from child endangerment to drug possession and disorderly conduct all over the last 25 years. A real gem. Oh, and one more thing. In defending her racist rant, she claimed she had a blended family, referring to her son as, and I quote, colored, which I think we all know is not something a non-racist person would say. But guess what? Her son isn't even the word she used. He's white, but he suffers from a health condition that makes his skin darker.
Patriots, go to Give, Send, Go right now on Instagram or here on TikTok and tell them to take down that woman from Wisconsin who said that awful racist rant to those Somalian people and got fired from Cinnabon. Good job, Cinnabon. But Cinnabon, why are you not sending your lawyers after Give, Send, Go and forcing them to take down her go? It's not a GoFundMe, it's a Give, Send, Go me. And she has raised over $125,000. She upped her goal now to like $270,000. So you're telling me you can, at an American company like Cinnabon, call someone the N-word repeatedly, glorify that you're happy being a racist, get fired from that job making minimum wage, then go on one of these GoFundMe websites and be able to raise almost $250,000 rewarding your racism? I might have to run for president in this country. We have gone south, east, north, and west. Secret Service Sam out. Samson for president of TikTok.
All right, folks, I have an update for you. So earlier today, I made a video on this MAGA woman who was caught on camera being racist to a Somalian couple in a Cinnabon in Wisconsin, and she was later fired. But now she's been identified and her criminal history has also been identified. So first and foremost, this is her TikTok account. Her name is Crystal Therese, and she's posting videos pretending
Yeah, well, she got a criminal history, but didn't look, she still was able to get a job, right? But when our people have a history, it's very difficult for them to get jobs. But she was once gainfully employed, and I'm sure she'll be gainfully employed again. She will. But yeah, they're trying to up it to $250,000. So yeah, she got over a 100 grand right now, but they're trying to get another 150,000 for her. Unbelievable. And she'll probably get it. She'll probably get it. But, hey, Somalia, let this be a lesson that you're not above being called the N-word in America. There you go. You know? So I know this has probably been a trying time for y'all because, because of what Donald Trump said and the fact that y'all, just like the Cubans, you made a mad dash out there to vote for the very person that said very plain and clear he was going to deport immigrants. And I still don't understand why y'all in such big numbers ran out there and voted for Donald Trump, but you did. And now you're paying the price for it. So, y'all, it's going to be a lot of properties available in Miami and in Minnesota because these folks are being deported out of here. Passports are being taken away. So they're not going to be able to just conveniently come back like they did before. They said Miami is already looking very different. Now that they're hauling the Cubans out of there, they said it's looking different down there. And I'm sure it's going to start looking different in Minnesota. Those big fancy houses that they got with scam money are about to start looking empty. Really empty. So, y'all, this is going to be it's not going to be my last one. I got one more coming up because Erica Kirk has finally responded to Candace Owens. So we're going to get into that. I love when they don't get along. So we going to watch this cat fight. Yes, we are. so so we'll be back a little later for that one. And so probably in the next 3 hours, we'll do that one. Yes, Erica Kirk has finally responded to Candace Owens. And Candace is responding back. So yeah, it's on. It's on. So y'all, I will see you later. So don't forget to get over there and grab up your hair products. And if I'm able to get some jars, I will let you know about the edge growth cream and when I can finally get that out. So y'all, I will see you later. Shalom, family.